Hello, you're watching Times Now. This is our special broadcast of the Pahalgam Terror Attack. I'm Shreya Upadhyay. On the show today, we'll be talking about the friends of India. Remember, viewers, it is only in challenging times that we know who our real friends are and who our enemies are. And that is why today we're going to be decoding for you on the show how India can grapple with this kind of a challenging situation and who are those countries which are actually helping Pakistan at a time when India needs support, global support from different countries to grapple with Pakistan-sponsored terrorism. On the show today, I'm joined by Major General AK Siwach, he's a defense expert. Ambassador JK Tripathi is also joining us, and Colonel Shailendra Singh, defense expert, is also joining us. So ladies and gentlemen, remember, this is a discussion that we will have, decoding for you what this means for India and the world when it comes to countries supporting and garnering support at this crucial time. Now, while the world has rallied behind India with major world powers offering strong support and solidarity in the wake of the horrific terror attack in Pahalgam, Pakistan is banking on its all-weather ally China as India warns of a strong retaliation. China has called for a swift and fair investigation into the Pahalgam terror attack and expressed support for Pakistan in safeguarding its sovereignty and security interests amid Islamabad's rising tensions with India. Now, Chinese Foreign Minister Wang Yi, remember, held a telephonic conversation with his Pakistani counterpart and Pakistan's Deputy Prime Minister. It is well known, ladies and gentlemen, that Pakistan relies heavily on China for its defense imports. As per data from the Swedish think tank Stockholm International Peace Research Institute, in the last 5 years, 81% of Pakistan's weapon imports has come from China, which is up from 71% in the last 5-year period till 2019. So that, of course, remember, is what, how these two countries are being trading as far as weapons is concerned. On the other hand, Turkey is also learned to have extended its support to Islamabad, with reports saying it has sent combat equipment in huge quantity to Pakistan. As per reports, a Turkish Air Force C-130 Hercules military transport aircraft arrived in Karachi on Sunday last, carrying combat equipment. However, some other reports cited Turkish authorities refuting these claims. They say that the cargo plane landed in Pakistan for refueling and later continued on its path. But the fact remains, viewers, that Turkey is the second most significant weapon supplier to Pakistan and is also helping Pakistan become a cyber force. So what does this mean? India is faced with a quad challenge as well. Pakistan is getting military support from China and Turkey. On the other hand, China and Turkey are also deepening their military ties with Bangladesh, another of India's neighbor with whom ties have hit a rough patch owing to treatment of the minority Hindus under the Yunus administration and Bangladesh's growing closeness with China. India, on the other hand, has strong support from the United States of America and several powerful European nations. Let's see who stands where. We open this discussion up, of course, with our guests on the show. Colonel Shailendra, I want to ask you first, what you make of this, considering the fact that India has been grappling with a very tough situation. And like I said, it is only in tough times that you get to know who your real friends are. What do you make of different countries, especially China and Turkey, supporting Pakistan at this time?
Jai Hind, Namaskar. As a student of diplomacy and international relations, I think Tripathi sir will allow me to speak. I don't think India is looking for any support from anybody. I don't think. We are looking for that you choose your side, whether you are with terrorism or you are not with terrorism. India today, if is fighting terrorism, now it is up to the world community to decide whether they want to be with the terrorism, fighting against the terrorism or not. Now your specific question, China. What has China said? Why Pakistan is unnecessarily, gloating around that, yes, they have got their support. They have said sovereignty, territorial integrity. Arey bhai, hum nahi aa rahe aapke yahan. We are not in grabbing your land. We have only declared very specifically, we are coming after the terrorist, we are coming after the Akas of terrorists. Now, if you are the Aka, then it is just too bad for you. This time you are going to buy it. Turkey. Now, Turkey has been supplying equipment to Pakistan for quite long. And it has not said, and take my word on it, I guarantee No country in the world will send its own army to fight with Pakistan, because they all are giving a diplomatically correct statement that yes, in this fight of terrorism we condemn it, but for the sovereignty of Pakistan we are with them. Yes, please be with them. I don't want. But at the same time, Pakistan is increasingly realizing कि उनके तरफ है कौन? Who is there on their side? Jaish is on their side. You know, some ISIS is, now latest is Hamas also is trying to be on their side. It is for them to decide. They are getting exposed. No country, whether it is an Islamic country, Gulf country or any country, would like to be seen standing with terrorism. And if you are doing so, then you stand to be exposed in the world community.
Okay. Before I get in General Siwach and Ambassador Tripathi into the discussion, let's also tell you who stands with whom, viewers, who's on India's side right now and who's on Pakistan's side. Look at India's side. It's US, France, UK, Germany and Israel. These are crucial, significant countries as far as support to India is concerned. Let's look at who's on Pakistan's side. It is, of course, we know we've been talking about it. It's China, Turkey and Bangladesh. Look at these. China, Turkey and Bangladesh. And this is something that, is very significant when we talk about India's neighborhood. And that is why India has been concerned. Ambassador Tripathi, we just showed our viewers who's on which side. But as far as global support is concerned, External Affairs Minister Jaishankar had once said that Europe thinks that Europe's problems are the world's problems, and that, this part of the world doesn't really matter, and whatever problems we have are our own problems. But with this kind of a terror attack now happening, we've seen the likes of France and Italy coming forward and expressing their support with India. How significant do you think is this for India at a time like this, when we need that sort of global support to raise their voice against Pakistan-sponsored terrorism?
You see, as Colonel Shailendra has rightly observed, that we don't need to seek support from others, but we need to pose question: who is on side of terrorism, who is outside, who is against terrorism. And those countries that you have enumerated and listed there,
yes,
they are against terrorism. And in what form we will need support from these Western countries is not that direct intervention. When it comes to Security Council and UNGA,
yes,
then these three stand firm with us, including Russia, which always stood with us. So that is where we need support, and we will get support.
Yeah.
And when it comes to other three countries that you have enumerated,
yes,
China, Turkey and Bangladesh. Look, I am sure that China is not going to intervene directly, because China is not in a position. Tariff war, its entanglement in Taiwan.
No, but I understand, Ambassador Tripathi, and this is a question for all of you, that fine, there is no direct intervention, but the fact that there is indirect intervention and indirect aid also is crucial, also should be concerning India. General Siwach, you want to come in on this?
Yeah. See, Shreya, what is happening is we must understand who is directly going to help Pakistan. You see, Pakistan has a problem. Pakistan cannot fight a long war. Pakistan has a problem that it is short in ammunition, it is short on oil, and possibly not more than 7 to 8 days. And the country which will go out of way to help him out will be, no doubt, will be China. China is the one which is providing more than 80% of the weapon. So the ammunition, weapons, they may show you as if they are not supplying, but they will go out of way to make sure that Pakistan is given all the facilities, all the ammunition, arms, including whatever best they can do in time to come. As far as Turkey is concerned, remember that Turkey is another one of the biggest supplier of weapons to Pakistan. In last 5 years, it has given drones. Today, Pakistan has a drone brigade, kind courtesy Turkey. It has also helped in their missile technology. So the point is, Turkey may keep on saying that they have sent 7, basically aircraft of C-130J Hercules, and they haven't sent material. That possibly is not true. They will go out of way to help Pakistan. So these two countries, I can say with certainty that they will go and help Pakistan.
Right.
But Bangladesh is not capable of helping Pakistan in any way. But what comes toward India's side?
In fact, General Siwach, let me just also say, even Pakistan is not able enough to help itself. It needs other countries, like you mentioned, Bangladesh. Pakistan itself is not, able to help itself.
There is a big question on that. You remember that what is the basic thing is, Pakistan has an economic problem.
Yes.
Pakistan is in a debt of $186 billion.
Yes.
It's got a political instability. It is short on ammunition and oil.
Yeah.
Now, therefore, it cannot fight a long war. And therefore, it needs, you see, Pakistan will need a China help, and China will keep on saying, they are not helping, they will help. Turkey will help.
Yeah.
And remember that as far as India is concerned, obviously, that you do not immediately require any arms, ammunition or supply, because you have well equipped, we are capable of fighting a long war. But certainly you need friends. And the friend is US and the European country, as we mentioned, US, UK, Germany, France. They stand with you. Israel is the one which is going to provide you maximum support in case of a war or in case of the situation going from, becoming very tense. In what terms?
Gentlemen, I'll come to the friends of India, but I just have to go across to my colleague Rishabh, who's joining us. Rishabh, I believe India is now reaching out to several different countries as far as garnering support is concerned. What's the latest that you have?
Well, what we are given to understand that India is very swiftly, moving diplomatically to tighten the noose around Pakistan's neck. And this began the moment Pahalgam attack happened, the CCS took place, and before Pakistan could play the victimhood of, being thrown out of the Indus Water Treaty, India putting it in abeyance, India ensured that the world knows the truth. Indian High Commissions, Indian ambassadors, embassies were entrusted with sharing all information with their respective Ministry of Foreign Affairs and the government. Prime Minister himself spoke to over 15 state heads and government heads. External Affairs Minister have spoken to double the numbers to his counterparts as well. The ambassadors, senior diplomats are, you can see, meeting their respective governments. JS Pai, Mr. Anand, who was in Afghanistan as well. He met the Foreign Minister of Taliban in Kabul as well. So Pakistan's, diplomatically, India is trying to isolate Pakistan. What is India doing? India is sharing documents that have phone call records, which have satellite imageries. They have internal memo of Pakistan and also connections of Pakistan's mission worldwide. Be it New York, be it Washington, be it London, be it Dhaka, be it in Cambodia, Vietnam, the Pakistan's mission's connection with the terror funding groups and terror fundraisers as well. Apart from that, what India is doing right now, that India has called about 42 diplomats here in New Delhi and shown them the footage of what happened in Pahalgam. So, India is very clearly sending out a message that what happened in Pahalgam, the world needs to know, and the world also needs to understand who is behind these attacks. India, is for the first time I'm seeing that Indian diaspora is being used by India diplomatically to send the public sentiment loud and clear in various cities, be it in London, New York, Tokyo, Singapore, as well as, different parts of Australia and other countries as well.
Right, even in Russia, we've seen, NRIs coming forward, standing in solidarity with the victims of the Pahalgam terror attack. Rishabh, thanks very much for joining us at the moment, getting us the latest of how India is reaching out viewers as far as, diplomatic support is concerned. But gentlemen, I also want to talk about how we view America's support in this challenging time. It's crucial, number one. It's not always been supportive. 70s, 80s was a time when the US was close to Pakistan. They were not so close to India. It is only in the 90s, I believe, when they started moving towards India. How do you see that, especially at a time when Donald Trump is at the helm of affairs and he shares a close friendship and bonhomie with Prime Minister Modi? General Siwach.
2-3 issues. One is there no doubt that India-US relationship after 2000 has taken an upswing. And there is a bipartisan understanding between Republican and Democrat, whosoever become a president. We have signed 4 foundation agreements, and these are GSOMI, that is General Security of Military Information. Then is LIMIO, Logistic Exchange Memorandum of Agreement. Then is COM-CASA, Communication Competence Security Arrangement. And the end one is BECA, Basic Exchange Cooperation Agreement. For a layman, what does it mean? It means basically that you can enjoy each other port facility, repair facility. The main thing is that the critical technology can be transferred, and third thing is latest information can be given real time. We got a real time intelligence during Galwan also about the China. So US is bounded by these 4 foundation agreement to give us intelligence which is required in this case. And you will find it will be coming. And as far as the chemistry between Donald Trump and Prime Minister Modi is concerned, everyone knows it, that they have a very close relation. I think US is totally against terrorism, and US knows it that terrorism is being sponsored by Pakistan. So it's not that Pakistan keep on denying and the world is in dilemma whether Pakistan is behind this dastardly act or not. So US knows it. US is going to support you. They don't deny the fact. And US and Israel support is going to be very crucial in this. I just want to touch upon Russia also. You know, Russia, we have shown it neutral. To me, it looks like that Russia will also help you, because we have been purchasing almost 60 to 65% weapon now also from Russia. S-400 we have just taken from them, and also the other equipment and maintenance parts are coming. So they are on pipeline. I'm sure may not be directly, indirectly Russia will support you, because we have stood with Russia when the whole world was not with it, especially Russia-Ukraine war. So I still feel it that more than neutral, it will be toward India.
Ambassador Tripathi, you want to come in on this? You know, how the American role, the Israeli role will play a crucial, a key factor in how India moves forward. Yes, we are resilient ourselves. We can grapple with any kind of challenge. But at the end of the day, like you mentioned, at diplomatic platforms like the UNSC, the United Nations, or other global fora, you do need that diplomatic global support to make sure that Pakistan is cornered when it comes to terrorism.
See, G20 has clearly mentioned that they condemn this and they are with India. They were the first group of friendly countries whom India approached. Secondly, you see, US said, Pakistan was negotiating a deal of $300 million worth of arms and ammunition from US, which has been stalled. We have not heard anything about that so far. Secondly, see, very cleverly, Trump administration has said that this is a bilateral thing and we don't want to intervene. That means they have left India to do whatever India wants. And that's a big thing. As regards Russia, see, Russia has very cleverly, Russia has not responded to Shahbaz Sharif's cry for mediation. China has said, yes, neutral interrogation should be there, but Russia has not responded to that. And added to that, our relationship with Russia, a sort of what Pakistan calls iron friendship with China, is not going to make Russia bend towards Pakistan.
Okay.
So, diplomatically, we are in a better position. And one more lie is going to be exposed. That Pakistan had started saying that we have released water from Jhelum.
Yes.
And there is a flood. Fact is that on 18th April, Pakistani Meteorological Office issued a warning. 18th April is 4 days before Pulwama, before Pathankot. They issued a warning that there might be a flood because westerly waves are coming and glaciers are melting, which is a natural annual phenomenon in Pakistan.
Absolutely. So that's the kind of propaganda that Pakistan and its media have been spreading. But Colonel Singh, to you, let's talk about Bangladesh and how that has also emerged as a concern for India, not just because of the kind of activities that have been happening under the Yunus administration, but because there is growing proximity with China. It was there earlier. Now it has increased after the Yunus administration. How do you see that, Bangladesh-Pakistan nexus playing out in the near future, considering that, now you will have this entire nexus becoming stronger and trying to attempt to destabilize India more and more?
If you can allow me 10 seconds before I come to Bangladesh, what we are talking about, that seeking global support. I understand in international diplomacy, it is an essential thing for every country that you must take maximum people with us. But I'm only seeking. Pakistan is begging for that. Pakistan is actually begging for the support. That's how it is approaching. We have not approached. We have not approached anybody. People have rung up on their own. And now it is going to a different level that they have started supporting. They have started talking about it. They have started becoming open about it. Let me tell you, there is a very beautiful saying, Tripathi sir, enemy's friend are my enemy and enemy's enemy are my friend. If China is the friend of Pakistan, it becomes obviously an enemy of US, which is already there. If Turkey is doing anything to do with Pakistan, it is both these countries are alienating themselves from US bloc or Europe bloc or for that matter Israel bloc, coming down to Bangladesh. You see, you must go very realistically that if at all whatever is said is correct, then we should go by Yunus' statement last few days. He has very categorically said that his relation with China is because of the trade. There is a vested interest. So has mine. Can China afford a war on anything against us when we have such a trade? Can he? We are a very big market for China. And if China is a manipulator, greedy country, well, they know which side to stay neutral. So as far as Bangladesh is concerned, we must take in cognizance what Yunus has said very recently, that his statement has been taken wrongly, what he said about Northeast. What he meant was that the borders of Bangladesh cannot be borders unless India is taken part of it. I think people are understanding the importance of India.
I'll come back to you, but I just have to take a breaking news that's coming in at the moment. Viewers, India's diplomatic outreach to isolate Pakistan after Pahalgam terror attack. India has now decided to open all diplomatic channels. It is using its diaspora to ensure the message of public sentiment is loud and clear. Indian embassies in G20 countries are meeting their respective MFAs. Remember, India is swiftly sharing dossiers with friendly countries. Countries like China and Turkey, who are friendly with Pakistan, especially approached international pressure being created on suppliers of arms and ammunition to Pakistan. Remember, Indian embassies and high commissions are regularly speaking with governments. What is India sharing? We get you more details on that. India sent documents that linked Pakistan and terrorists. Documents included phone call records, internal memos, nexus of Pakistani missions with terror funders. In fact, India has also given satellite images of terror camps. India has asked its friendly nations to share intel inputs via friendly countries. Remember, pressure is being built on Pakistan backing countries like China and Turkey. You know, last word from all of you. Before I end this discussion, how do you see this now moving forward? The fact that India is now putting in diplomatic pressure. Ambassador Tripathi, I'll start with you. And quick words, you know, how do you see this now moving forward as far as global support for India is concerned?
You see, India has got support of more than 120 countries as of now. And moreover, India is, as you said, we are sharing the documents and dossiers with friendly countries. Not only with friendly countries, we are going to give dossiers to RATS, Regional Anti-Terrorism System of SCO, Shanghai Cooperation. So there also, it will be, China will be in a tight position, in a tight corner to reject all those outright. So that would be one thing. The second thing, I feel that it is not going to, a war is not going to be there. No conventional war at least. At the maximum, there will be targeted strikes. And Pakistan will have to come to terms.
General Siwach, 20 seconds quickly. How do you see this moving forward?
You know, as far as India is concerned, we have managed to isolate Pakistan completely. And in fact, the whole world knows that out of 100 top terrorists in the world, 87 belong to Pakistan or they have a roots in Pakistan. Pakistan has been put 4 times in grey list by Financial Action Task Force. As far as this incident is concerned, we have shared with them the complete you can say, track record of Pakistan, also how this incident had taken place, even the signatures which are there, basically, of the signal. Signal signature are very important. The communication signature have been also shared. I'm sure Pakistan stands exposed.
Colonel Singh, quickly, does it actually have an impact, SCO, ASEAN, you give all these dossiers, will it have an impact on Pakistan?
Oh, 100% it will have, because these countries need to be educated that why we are accusing Pakistan and who's behind all this terrorism. I think what China is saying, a fair and a impartial investigation, well, let everybody do it. We have got nothing to hide. There are no ifs and buts in this. It's a very clear-cut case of terrorism, and India is going to fight for it. That is our message to the world.
All right. I'll wrap this discussion up here. To all of my guests, Ambassador Tripathi, General Siwach and Colonel Singh, thank you very much for joining us on the show. Ladies and gentlemen, of course, we'll have to wait and watch how this really moves forward between India and Pakistan. But for now, remember, most of the global support coming in for India as it grapples with Pakistan-sponsored terrorism. This is it on this special broadcast on Times Now. News and updates will continue on the other side. Thanks very much for joining us at the moment.